All right. Summer 11th, 9:45 a.m. with my dog. All right, the only reason I'm recording this, what the fuck? Hold up. Get the fuck out of here. But okay. This is kind of just a reset video, honestly. Yeah, 9:40. It's Thursday, so it's already the end of the week, which is insane. Let me just recap everything and then I'll explain. Okay, first I'm gonna recap is TikTok. How is that going? Well, have not posted a video in like literally like almost a week now, which is horrible. My brands are actually the biggest retainer I'm getting is putting pressure on me, which is totally understandable. It's not their fault. I'm gonna post videos today. I low-key have to. If I don't, then I'm just like literally throwing my income down the drain, and I'm definitely not ready to do that. That's how it's going. I actually had a dream that I got a viral video, which is really funny. But yeah, we actually did get our first like kind of banger video, 15, almost 16K views, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, through TikTok, which is like the hardest platform to get views on. That's cool. Anyhow, that's how TikTok's going. Good retainers. Still searching for a KOL to replace CoinViral because CoinViral is kind of going silent. Let me actually just check right now. Yeah, this is not gonna be too long. Hopefully not. Yeah, they're going silent. So I'm just getting a backup KOL just so I can make income while they're doing that. All right, fitness. I'm back up the negative oscillation, back up to 213. When I was like 209 and I was like eating well, that fucking sucks. But this is a mental problem. The girl, I'm not expecting to get her, nor do I really care, because I realized that if I truly wanted to know her and have a shot, I would have not been down this negative oscillation. So it's no biggie if that mission fails. But we're still gonna work towards that no matter what. And that's it. External things, parents are putting a lot of pressure. I think I'm gonna be able to buy some time just because I am like mentally fucked. So I can just let them know what's going on. But all right, now the hard thing to recap my mental state. Like I said, ever since like, I mean, it's been gradual, but it's been like this, right? So it's been up here, like, okay, this is when I'm grinding, right? It's been all this past month, low-key month to month and a half. Actually, I think it's just a month. This past month has been wild, really bad. But mentally, it's been fucking insane. I've been going through the trenches mentally. So I'm grinding hard as fuck, right? Perfect behavior. Get the BarkOS retainer. Drastically change my income. Okay, natural shit. I get more comfortable. I feel safer. So then I stop working as much. Okay, and then I watched like Naruto for like a week. I think that's what that time was. Did that. Well, okay, I still felt guilty. I still felt like working. And then I got back to working for a little bit. Not as hard as I was before, but still very consistent. Very consistent. To the point where BarkOS was on track. Everything was good. Okay. And then, let me think. And then, then we had the holidays. So then we had then I was getting back on track, and then the holiday hit me out of nowhere. Right. Yeah. Thanksgiving break ruined everything. I talked about that before multiple times. I have responsibility. I didn't take it the right way. I did not serve myself to perform. But it still fucked me because I was away from home, different environment. So that was a little rut too. And then after Thanksgiving break, yeah, that's around like this time. I think I was working a little bit. I was way less consistent. I was just working on strike shit more so. But I don't really remember. That part's a little bit fuzzy right after Thanksgiving break. I don't really remember, to be honest. Yeah, don't really remember. But recently, the past like I want to say the past like week, bro, past week, huge drop off. So like if I put this on a graph, I know my shirt's like hella stretched, bro. I'm gonna take a shower. I have not taken a shower. Like holy shit. But retainer comfortable, right? And then I get in a rut. And then Thanksgiving break pissed me off. So like more down. And recently it's been like this, and then it drops like drastically, right? And that's when I'm freaking out right now. Basically just losing all attachment to my goal. And so I'm still in that. I'm making gradual steps. Thank God I'm not fully apathetic to the point where I'm just destroying everything that I built, like fucking not looking Discord, like not doing anything but scrolling and fucking jerking off and watching Naruto. Like, thank God I'm not in that state. I'm still sitting up. I got myself to get up here 9:40 a.m. after scrolling for 2 hours. Like, for fuck's sake. After scrolling for 2 hours, I got up here. I'm trying to figure this out. So at least we have that going for us. We have one atom to work with. We can multiply that until we build up the empire of discipline. Oh, another thing that happened, I sprained my ankle. So yeah, not being able to do the physical activity that I do every day, that definitely sucks. It makes it a lot easier to be bedbound, we'll say that, when you have like a sufficient injury. That's another thing that happened in the past week or so. Anyways, let me get my thoughts together. Okay, let me explain the problem briefly and what I've done. So the problem is that literally, it was gradual, but it dropped off really quickly. So this happened like the past week or so. I basically lost attachment to any desire. That simple. Meaning, I'm living my life, and I had nothing, like not even my goal that I claimed to be so authentic and everything. It didn't subconsciously or emotionally feel like I wasn't subconsciously or emotionally attached to it, which I fundamentally believe that you need attachment to something to stay loyal. But as a partner, Kai calls it conviction when he talks about belief sets. I think that's another way to say it. But at the end of the day, I think no matter how we want to phrase it, emotions are pretty important. At least like authentic ones, not like sporadic ones, like I feel sad to stay mad. But like when it comes to your goal, I do think, I actually do want to talk, I should talk to this about Kai. I should talk to this to Kai, that you need some emotional attachment to a goal. You need it. Or else like you're not gonna have drive, right? That's what people call drive. People are like, you have to drive and motivation and like discipline. And when you think about it, the thing that does those things is emotion. It's just emotion, right? And so I basically lost all emotion towards anything. Like, and when I mean anything, like I didn't want to do anything. It felt so weird. It's the most unique thing I've ever been through in my life. It's horrible, by the way. It's fucking horrible. It's like you don't want anything. So not only do you hate, it's like, here's a good way to explain it. So if you're in the trenches, right? Put yourself in the trenches for a second if you've ever been there. Most people have been there. You obviously don't like your current situation. But the weird thing is that you don't really care about your desired situation. You're just floating apathetically. So fucking weird. It's horrible. I wouldn't wish it. Because at that point, like I described before, I think on a journal, is that you feel suicidal. And I don't mean like sadness or any intense emotion. I mean like you feel, the best way to describe it is empty. So like because you don't care about anything to work towards, like anything, you don't give a fuck. If you have money, if you don't have money, if you have loving family, if you don't, like you're just willing to sit there and just do nothing and just like be empty, like an empty vessel. Like because of that, you feel like there's no will to live. Like it's not like you want to shoot yourself. It's not like that, but you kind of wish that you just didn't wake up. Because like there's nothing, it's so boring. It's just like there's no life to life, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But it's not suicidal. It's like, oh my God, life is so horrible and it's misery and I need to take myself out the misery. It's not like that. It's like emptiness, bro. It's really bad. Really bad. This is the first time I've been through it, honestly. In July this year, I had a similar problem in terms of like not being able to do the work because my drive wasn't strong or clarified, but it was different. Like, it was very different because at that point in July, I still wanted money. Like, I wanted so bad to make money, I just couldn't get myself to do the work because my why was attached to an external pendulum and it wasn't clarified, which made it not powerful enough to get me to do the work. But I still wanted money. This situation's like, I didn't want anything. I felt suicidal. Really bad. I wasn't considering it at all, but I was like, damn, this feeling right now, this feels like I just don't want to live, you know? Like, anyways, that's the problem. That's what's going on. Simple things have been done. I've talked to people, I've checked Discord. I've been really bad with scrolling, you know, horrible content, overeating a lot, quite a bit. Actually, maybe not overeating, but I'm eating quite a bit for the lack of activity because of my injury. But I'm going to actually try to do some push-ups today because I think my ankle's getting better. Anyhow, recently this week I went to the ankle doctor. I went to the vet. It was okay. But regarding this problem, the best thing I've done this Monday, which was 3 days ago, I called my mentor. And yesterday, what I did, and I recorded the whole call, which was a great idea that I did that. And that I didn't just give up and just not record it. Because I listened back to it and I wrote everything down. I really cohesively wrote everything down. And I kind of understand. The only thing that sucks is that what is in front of me now is very daunting. So let me go over the plan I'm going to do. I didn't write anything down, but this is just what I'm going to do in my head. So basically the solution here, let me pause this. Okay, let me actually just break this down. Okay, so this is what the explanation, this is what I learned from Kai, right, my mentor, which is that the problem is that I lost attachment to everything. We already said that. This equals apathy, no purpose, suicidal attitude. There are a few fundamental things that we go from. Number one is that humans only try to do good things. So even Hitler thought he was doing good or else he wouldn't do it. That's a crazy concept. And yes, there are beautiful things in life like love and money and like freedom and all that family, all that stuff. But stripped down, like everything is meaningless. That's another truth that we're going. Like you can live a beautiful life with those things, but me and Kai are not satisfied just with that because we think too much, right? And humans are also creatures of action. Peterson actually said that. Jordan Peterson, he said that there's no perception without action. And so this arrives to the conclusion of, okay, so we need to do things and only good things. And so now the question is, how do we figure out the good things to do? Because to be happy, if you do good things, you're going to be happy. It's that simple. Humans of action, if we're doing something we think is good, that we love, we're going to be happy. It's that simple. And this is where discovery comes in, and this is the solution, which is find a belief set out there that you are convicted in and are willing to live by. And you're not going to be married to it. You can change it. However, you want to be convicted in it. And this is what my mentor Kai was going through, and he found God. And to clarify, when he found God, what he actually found is the answer to what are the good things to do? God, tell me what to do. And there's another fundamental truth that is very important. And the reason you need to self-discover, and this is what Kai believes for right now, but I think I believe it too, honestly, is that we are just like stupid monkeys, right? Like our perceptions are small. We're fucking monkeys, bro. Like we don't know, we can't invent the truth. We're just stupid, right? We suck. And every time we try to figure out, there's going to be holes in our theory, and we're just going to keep getting knocked down and eventually settle for something that is not true. And so because of that, we need to discover a belief set such as maybe it's God, insert religion here, or any other belief set. So that's the solution. In my action items, another thing that's interesting is that people settle. A lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, people for materialistic things, they settle with that maybe money. The more money they're doing, the better they're doing, and they're gonna be happy with money. That's another truth. Another one could be insert thing here, but they settle. They don't really question the things they're doing, and so maybe ignorance is bliss, but yeah, they just settle. So there's two things that I was assigned to do. Number one was keep seeking and do not settle, because if I try to look for the truth, I will find it. That's number one. And number two was to stop trying to understand the world with my knowledge for a while, and trying to, instead of doing that, trying to find a belief set that I could just follow, that I was convicted in, instead of trying to invent the truth. And so yeah, that's the solution to that. Practically what I'm gonna do. So that's the mission, right? When I covered all of that, that's like the long-term solution. Okay. Now, I'm in a situation, strikes in full force. I need to make money. I need to work. I cannot. Kai took a full fucking year to do this, by the way. Like, he literally was like, there was a point when he was in his little suicidal stage where he felt like nothing meant anything, and he was like literally in the exact same situation as I was right now, where he was thinking that everything's meaningless. He was in bed for 2 months, indulging, because there was no point to do anything. So due to dopamine system, he naturally went to the cheapest dopamine, which is fucking pretty natural. Did that for 2 months. And his discovery is now a year long, and he's saying he's still going through it, but it's getting better. It's a spectrum, right? It's not a I figured it out or not. It's how much did I figure it out. But that's crazy to me. He told me it's gonna be the hardest thing I've done in my life, which I could see that, because it's very existential. It's very meta, but that is why it's so powerful. Now, here's my plan. Hopefully my storage doesn't run out. If it does, I'm gonna cry. Let me lay this out. Need to make money. I need to work. I cannot lose the brands I'm working with. And there's things pop. I mean, look, right? And this gets hairy because you need to have certain truths be true for this to work, right? One thing I believe is that I don't need a big vision or an ideal life vision right now. What I do need, though, is some drive, which can come from negative motivation. Like, even if I don't know where I'm headed towards when it comes to an ideal life, I think just running away from the fact that I'm living with my family, not free, on a path to do something that I definitely don't want to do, I think that's enough to get me to work. And if you put it in hindsight, the work I'm doing is not that hard. It's making fucking TikToks. So, I mean, I think for short term, this is the first time where I'm going to be forced to just have my back against the wall, suck it up, use the negative energy to do the things required to put me in a better situation, which I already talked with Kai. He said it was a good idea. That's a short-term thing. So right now, for the next couple months, maybe till the next end of the season, I'm going to just use the anger I have to get this shit done. Anger that my parents, well, they want the best for me, but anger that my parents don't understand what the best thing is for me and they want me to do something different. Anger that I'm not free, that I'm fat, I'm not even healthy, I don't even look good. That, dude, I've literally never kissed a girl before. Like, that's pretty sad, okay? And then their relationship, like, that is something beautiful I want to tap into. And that is not the meaning of life. However, they are beautiful things that are worth striving towards, right? You don't need to know the meaning of life to do you don't need to know, like, the true meaning of life to do basic work. It's good for fulfillment and a long-term thing to make your life that much better, but you don't need it to do work. You can take the most basic drives, use them to do work. So I'm going to just do that, which is, honestly, now that I think about it, I need to remember this. I need to really remember this. I'm going to write it down, actually, because I need to remember this, because it is such a relieving feeling that I don't need to finish this journey before I could apply myself. Like, it's not like that. You don't need, here's a good way to explain it. You don't need rocket fuel to push a fucking toy car. Even if the fuel is a 9-volt battery and it's cheap and it's shallow and it's not authentic and it's not the truth, you can still push a car with it. Oh my God, I'm cooking with this analogy. This actually blowing my mind in real life. But if you want to win the big game, which is like fulfillment in life and understanding what you're doing and having full conviction in your way of living your life is going to make you the most happy. That's a way bigger thing, and that's going to take the rocket fuel. However, obviously, as you can obviously see with the correlation, better fuel takes longer to make. And so you need to do more discovery. But with a basic ass goal, like getting to 180 pounds and making some money and putting my life on some foundation to where I'm not a fucking loser anymore and dependent, that's a small car. That's not a hard thing to accomplish. And a good perspective is that I'll give you an example, like a lot of entrepreneurs make $100K a month on like car fuel, not even rocket fuel. Like their whole motivation is money, but most likely that is not a real motivation. Like that's a pendulum. That is an external motivation. That's a matrix, if you will, if you want to put it like that. That is an inauthentic value that is not going to actually fulfill them, but they think it's fulfilled. And so even if it's that, it still got them 200K a month. It still had the emotional leverage necessary to pursue and stick with something for a long time and go through pain. That's the big thing. Go through pain. It's all about pain, right? Because anyone could jerk off for 40 hours a day, but doing something meaningful takes growth, and growth is normally pain. So that's a relieving thing I just figured out. I'm pacing around the room. Let me actually type this down. I'll be back. I'm going to type it down. Okay, back to the plan, because I just had that epiphany. And that's honestly really good, because that clears up a lot of confusion for myself. I'm actually I don't see how that model can't be good. I think that's very true. It's proven. Anyhow, I'm thinking. Okay, short term, we have a small goal to hit. We need to make $11,000 flat, not a month, okay? Just flat. Over even a 3-month time span would be fine, honestly. Yeah, so 11K. If you want to really okay, let me just lay it down, like end goal, right? For now, like the short-term end goal, if that makes sense. I think 5K a month, 5 to 6K a month will let me move out and not be fucked, essentially. 5 to 6K a month consistently, which with my model, it's a bit more consistent than the other people. So that's good. But yeah, 5, 6K a month. That's the monetary goal. That's not a big goal, bro. That's just really not a big goal. With the amount of people that, like, the ways people are making money, like, that I'm seeing around my space is, like, actually comical. Like, the meme coin shit makes so much money. And you're just posting TOS, which is, like, it's literally a joke, okay? Anyhow, 5K a month. And other goals that are important, I added up everything I need to pay for. 11K, okay? To be like, I'm chilling. For this year, I'm chilling. Okay. The other goal is 180 pounds in weight, which is just caloric deficit. The inputs are very simple. Like, breaking down the goal is really not that hard. And yeah, that's it. And then from there, I will be like at level 2 of goals, which is like, talk to females for fuck's sake, Nick. Instead of being autistic and honestly a very nice house, but like still fucking like with this horrible mental state. Yeah, so that's a short-term goal. I'm gonna use cheap fuel for that. That's a toy car of a goal. That's a good analogy, man. And I'm gonna, like, for now, like, what I want to say. Sorry, I really tangented. I'm gonna just use. I still need to like define it because I haven't really thought about it. But I know for now there are things that I could just pile up against me and make it so that I can just do the work every day, and not like fucking want to kill myself, right? And knowing that I don't have to figure out the big thing is also gonna be a relief. That is not gonna encourage that is going to discourage feeling lost. That's good. More clarity, right? But I think more specifically, short term, I'm going to use things like anger and fear and FOMO, like all those things to get the work done. A few examples are like mad that I'm in this house, mad that again, like I don't have a partner, all that stuff. Mad that I'm fat, right? Mad that I can't help my friends out. I have friends, that are not going through nice times. That's a lot of motivation. That's a lot of motivation. So using those surface level things to get shit done, that's short-term goal. And I don't think it's going to be linear. I think if I'm really in the fucking, how you say it, bro? If I'm in the rhythm of things, like, I don't know how to say it. I'm just getting cooked. My brain's cooked. If I'm in the routine of things and I'm getting shit done and I'm like having no problem being consistent, building the rocket fuel, which is the whole thing I was talking about, purpose and shit, that will be the next move. And that will take a long fucking time. And that'll be probably most likely the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, mentally and cognitively and just like subconsciously, spiritually. That'll be the hardest thing, and that will take a long time, and I'm going to take my time with it. And Kai told me to take my time with it because Kai basically tried to speedrun God and did not work out. So taking the time and patience to go through it is a virtue for that. And that'll be the plan, I think. So that feels good. That feels really empowering because up until this journal, it wasn't a strong feeling, it wasn't a strong belief, but it was pretty prevalent that I thought that I was fucked. Because I thought that I need to do this thing before I could do anything. It's not true. It's not true. All right, see you guys later. That's the plan. Okay. Here's the last part of the video. Let me say. Just for now, I do want to treat my life as a video game because I am coming from zero momentum. Like, last couple days, sleeping in a shit ton, jerking off, making my bed so disgusting. Like, it's bad. My sleep has been fucked. My diet has been horrible. Only processed foods. Eating at weird ass times. Like, I had lunch at like 10:30 a.m. one day. Like, it was crazy. Fucking meals at weird ass times. No hydration. No sun. Everything bad. Everything. Oh yeah, scrolling more than I have for months. Like, literally, yesterday, I scrolled until like I wanted to throw up. Like, it was really bad. All right, anyways. What I want to do today, some things. Let me get my rapid tables out. All right, so even the most basic shit make me feel a lot better. So, clean room, take shower, get sun, light workout, do light workout, drum, and we do need to make videos today. So make videos. Most importantly, Bark OS. The other brands don't really care. I really thank them for that. I do, fuck it. Update brands on what is going on because communication is amazing. And if they do some mean shit, then maybe they weren't the right brand in the first place. But it's better than being scared and not communicating. Okay. Another thing. Oh yeah. Get clarity on short-term motivations and reminding myself of that every day. Because all it is, when it comes to like mindset, all it is figuring out what are the good things you need to like consume in terms of concepts and information that are going to give you the mental clarity every day to do the same thing. And the other piece of the puzzle is frequency, consistency. Like, literally, like, it gets to a point, if you really want to go like great with it, you could literally like make like a resource and you can just open it up when you're bored. So you look at it every day as a routine, obviously in the morning. But like, for example, I had a Google Drive where I had all my mindset resources that were relevant for that time. And like, if I was working out at Planet Fitness, I would open it up and listen to it. And so it was really good. Like, and so Persistence and frequency is very important. They're both equally important, because I made the mistake of both, of letting it rot for too long and get outdated. The other problem that I did way more often was I would neglect it. So maybe I wouldn't look at my packet for a week, which I haven't done. Maybe I wouldn't look for my packet for a week, and then I'd forget everything, and then the clarity in my mind would be fucked. So I mean, this action item is getting clarity on short-term motivations and reminding myself of that every day. Figuring out ways to do that. Maybe I gotta change my routine. Most likely not, but okay. Other than that, it's extra shit, believe it or not. Life is very simple. Let me think. I don't know if there's more shit. Yeah, I can't think of any for now. I'm gonna end this off because it's already 30 minutes. It's been a big journal though. We've actually covered a lot of shit. All right, bye. Hopefully I'll be fine. And I'm excited. Stressed out, but excited.